What's the show called again?
Final Whistle.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Final Whistle this week with Dom and Mike. Remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We got some sit-start questions today. Answering all your questions. Make sure you get them in. Post them on Facebook, and we'll try to get a couple answers here on the show.
I didn't realize I was doing that.
Yeah,
You
you
just
were.
scared the fuck out of me. All right, we're going to start with quarterbacks this week. We're going to go with Sam Bradford from the Rams. His first 2 weeks, total 651 yards. And he threw, I'm sorry, I wrote it down. I don't know everything. 5 touchdowns. I think you're going to see that kind of quarterback this week. Not the one that you saw against the 49ers last week, so I'm definitely starting him this week. He's playing this pathetic Jags. So anybody can throw on them.
I like that too. I'm actually going to play him this week over Kaepernick. I can't take it anymore. I'm playing him over Kaepernick this week, so we'll see what happens, see how that works out.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. I'm going to sit Matt Schaub. He's already thrown 6 interceptions. I heard they actually made a sandwich in Houston called the Pick Six. They named it after Matt Schaub. This is not like a clever joke or anything like that. It's actually a true fact. On Mike and Mike they said that, and he's just not doing it for me right now. They're going to have to hand that ball off to Arian Foster if Houston wants to get anything going. So I'm going to sit Schaub, start Bradford this week.
Nice.
What do you got for me?
I can definitely agree with that. I'm not a big Shaw fan. Never have been a Shaw fan. But got a couple running backs for you guys. This week I'm going to start Gio Bernard. Last week he had 3 times as many carries as Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, and I think the law firm is pretty much winding down. At the beginning of the season, I predicted week 6 he would be the man. Looks like we're going to be starting a week early. He is going.
No, you're right. 1 week.
Week 5.
My bad.
Starting a week early, so he's been getting a lot of work in the passing game. So I'm really looking forward to him this week, having a pretty good game, putting up some decent numbers this week. A lot of check downs by Andy Dalton. The Pats are usually pretty good against the deep ball, so I'm looking for him to check down and kind of go that route with him, getting a lot of passes and padding his stats this week. As far as sits go, I'm sitting Mendenhall. I'm staying far, far away from him. Andre Ellington is starting to take more and more carries away from Mendenhall. I think he's got something like a 2.4 yards per carry average this year. It's pretty pathetic. Last week, coach was kind of pissed at him because he ran out of bounds when they were up and trying to run the clock out. Not a mistake that you make as a veteran player. I'm not going to be playing Mendenhall this week or any other week. I think that it might be a smart thing to pick up Andre Ellington right now. He's going to be getting most of those carries coming up in the next few weeks.
And I just want to add one thing. Like I said to you earlier in the day, I'm pretty sure Arizona is where running backs go to die. Emmitt Smith, Edgerrin James, and now Rashard Mendenhall.
I mean, it is true.
A fact is a fact, man.
It is true.
Stats don't lie.
What else you got for us?
For me, I'm going to go to the tight ends before you get over to you got wide receivers next.
Yeah.
Tight ends, I'm liking Greg Olsen this week. He leads the Panthers in receptions and yards so far. So Cam Newton is just loving him. And they are playing the Cardinals, they've given up an average of 96 yards per week to tight ends this season, and they've already given up 4 touchdowns to tight ends. So that's pretty good. I'll take that for Greg Olsen at tight end.
I actually like that pick. When we get to my wide receivers, you're going to understand why. But I like that pick. It's Cam Newton's safety valve. He has been for a few years now, so I like to stick with Greg Olsen. He's a great tight end to have. He's not somebody that's a sexy pick, but he's always a good tight end to have in a PPR.
Good point, buddy. Good point. I am sitting Brennan Myers. I don't see any reason to start that guy ever. The team is just not doing anything.
They can't block anybody.
They can't block anybody. You would have thought Eli, who loves to throw to his tight end, for some reason, I don't think he has enough time to throw to a tight end. So I'm sitting Myers. I know he came in as a big sleeper this season just because of Eli loving to dump to the tight end. Sit him. I don't know. Would you release him?
Depends on who's out there. I don't think you just go up and release a tight end. He can have a couple games. He can fill in for another tight end. But if he's your number 1 tight end, you got some serious issues.
You're in big trouble. So I mean, he's on my free agent wire, and I'm not even gonna go near him. I don't even know if I need him for a buy.
No, I wouldn't. Let's move on to wide receivers. This week I got Josh Gordon as a solid play against the Buffalo Bills, who are number 2 as far as worst pass defense. They're giving up a lot of yards through the air to wide receivers, and he is the number 1 target there. As you can see,
Is he?
he is the number one target there as far as wide receivers go.
All right.
Okay, Cameron is still the man.
All right.
He's getting more targets, but you can see a big difference there between Whedon and Hoyer. Hoyer is a much better quarterback than Whedon, and it's not the fact that Hoyer's great; it's just the fact that Whedon sucks so bad. It's not even funny.
And from Gordon to Little, there's a big difference.
Yeah,
as far
Big
as
drop.
who's getting the ball.
Big
and the
drop,
wide
so-
receivers. So yeah, you're better off with Gordon big time.
Yeah, Gordon is he should have a big week. I'd say somewhere between 7 and 9 catches, probably go over 100 yards. Could get a touchdown.
It's on
But-
Thursday night too. Don't
Yeah,
forget
Thursday
that. It's on
night game,
night.
which has been tough. I mean, low scoring games, but if you can get a receiver to produce that on a Thursday night, get you 16 points in a PPR, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Take that all day. As far as sits, let's play off of what he said with the tight ends. I'm going Steve Smith as a sit this week. He's going to be matched up with Patrick Peterson, who is one of the best young corners in the game. I just don't see him doing much. I'm going to go ahead and sit him down, and that makes Olsen a great play this week because somebody's got to get open. Somebody's got to get the passes. It's going to be Olsen, work in the middle.
Good point. Good point. Also, I like as a good sit is Steve Johnson this week against the Browns. Hayden
Joe Hayden.
is just going to shut him down. He seems to shut everybody down. So don't
Looking
be
like
surprised.
the best corner in football right
I know.
now.
So don't be surprised if Robert Woods
Yeah.
maybe has a good, second week in a row here for the Bills. Don't be surprised if the Bills just do great, because that's what I've been expecting for a long, long time.
He just wants one championship before he dies.
I just want to go to the playoffs. That's all I'm asking.
all he
Just go to the
wants.
playoffs.
Anyways, guys, we got a couple questions here. So we got Anquan Bolden, Denarius Moore, or Nate Washington in a non-PPR. Who do you go with?
Jeez,
This is a flex position, so it's not
I
that
know,
bad.
but non-PPR, so we're going basically off yardage and touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I
But
don't like any of them.
this week, I'm going to have to go with Denarius Moore. Terrell Pryor's going to play this week, and they're playing against San Diego, who is probably one of the bottom 5 in pass defense. So, I mean, with the up-tempo offense they're playing right now, I think that Oakland has the opportunities to get in the end zone, and Denarius Moore is clearly the best receiver on that team.
I agree. If this was PPR, I'm going Bolden.
Yeah.
Possibly even Washington. He's had 2 great weeks in a row. However, he got the ragged arm of Ryan Fitzpatrick now throwing, which I've dealt with in Buffalo. So I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna actually pick a Raider and Denarius Moore.
Yeah, and speaking of that arm he's got, Chris Johnson might be a good play this week. What do you think? Underneath, dumping it off?
You know what? That's a good point. I don't have Chris Johnson at all.
Let's put the disclaimer out right here. We're not endorsing Chris Johnson at all right here, but we're saying there's a possibility.
The old safety valve. Yeah, I could see that. I could see Johnson actually paying off a little dividends this week.
Fred Jackson had some field days with Fitzpatrick under center, so we'll see what happens today. So that's it for us here at The Final Whistle. Remember, follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
And just know that all our picks, there's no gray area. It's just black and there's white. See you later.